Hey, this is week 21 continued, when you take. And so we got to talk about the golden calf. What in the world is happening? You know, here you have the bride getting married on the mountain, and while the marriage ceremony is happening, she basically is whoring on the mountain. That's not a good look. So don't recommend that for a new bride or a groom or the wedding party or anyone. It's a bad thing. So during the service on Mount Sinai, which is a wedding festival, and while this is happening and Yah's marrying his people, the bride is doing this terrible thing with the golden calf. And Aaron's just like, oh, they gave me all these rings, and this golden calf just kind of popped out of here. So, which is a whole nother thing I won't even get into. But the point is, if you read carefully, they said, we want to make this in Yah's honor. We're doing this for God, because after all, it's what's in our hearts. It's what's in our hearts that define it, right? I don't think that worked that way for the golden calf. So no matter how many times we want to make that argument, the golden calf says, it doesn't matter what's in your heart. You can't take something that is grotesque and make it clean, make it pretty. You can't make poop clean and pretty. You just can't. And that's basically what they're trying to do. So at the golden calf, you have this incredible moment where at the end, Moses, of course, he's angry when he comes down the mountain and he's just like, oh, these people, hold me back. And so, you know the story. And so at the end of this story, though, he grinds the gold calf, mixes it into the water and says, drink it. And so you look at that and you're like, what? Why? Well, it has to do with what you see in Numbers with the jealous husband. And in Numbers 5, there is a thing written about the husband and his procedure. And they took the dust, and if the wife is guilty, if it takes the dust, puts it in the water, and if the wife is guilty after she drinks it, then there's a physical consequence on her body. Because in this scripture, you see that Moses, they kill like 3,000 people that day. Well, how do they know who to kill? Well, they knew who to kill because there was a physical ailment that went along with after drinking this curse. This is the curse of the bitter waters, and I challenge you to study this out. This is huge. This goes all the way to Yeshua. So, and I've done several videos on this, but this is a great place to take a look at this. Go look at the golden calf and see how it's the curse of the bitter waters. And then look at what it says in Numbers about the jealous husband and see how those correlate. But once again, just so thankful that we are able to assemble and talk about the Torah this week. Praise Yah.